thanks all for being here, really appreciate it. I have a talk on communication for you, and the title of my talk is, oh wait, it doesn't really communicate, does it?
Yeah.
Communication is really important, and there's many aspects of communication. There's words that are spoken or written, and there's facial expression that communicates as well, gestures, touch, and even emojis. Well, humans are social animals, and it's really important to be able to make connections, and interpersonal communication is how that happens. Wouldn't it be great to learn how to better represent yourself and connect with other people? So that's what we're going to talk about, some of the things I've been learning in my class at Valencia on interpersonal communications. I would be telling you about how to make a personal assessment of how your communication skills are, how communication varies in different cultures, and lastly, there's many theories on interpersonal communications, and I'll be looking at one of those. So to start off, let's look at the real title. Ta-da! Human connection. It's really important, human connection, for connecting with your family, with your friends, and with your coworkers. So let's learn some things about how we connect with others. This is the Johari window. And the Johari window is a way of assessing how you communicate with other people. There's, you take it and describe ways that you feel your personality is, and then you ask friends to give you input on what things they see in your character. And as you look at that, you can find out there's areas that everybody you know and they know, and then there's areas that are blind. Other people see in you, but you don't see in yourself. Then there's a hidden area where there's things about yourself that you don't really want to share with others. And the end is, on the last quadrant is the unknown area, which nobody knows. You can discover. It could be exciting. The problems, if you take this assessment, you can pinpoint some interpersonal problems and challenges that you have if, for example, the blind area is too large. If there's lots of things that people see in you that you don't see in yourself, that can cause interpersonal issues. A husband who's been married to his wife for 30 years, all of a sudden she leaves. He thought things were going great, but there were things that she was not able to communicate about him and the way he was coming across, not valuing her or whatever communication. The area down here for the hidden area, this can be a problem if it's too large, where you don't reveal enough of yourself to make people feel they can trust you and know who you are. In a business, if the boss is asking for input on change and input on how to make things better, but doesn't reveal what the purpose is, then people can start feeling anxiety about what's going on because you haven't revealed enough. So the Johari window is a great way to understand about, revisiting the Johari window, human development, is where it talks about some of the great ways that you can use this as an assessment to determine areas that you need for work. Also, we looked at cultural differences. I looked at Afghanistan. So if I was going to Afghanistan on a business trip, I would need to know that time is fluid and flexible. If I thought I was having an appointment at 12, it might not be at 12. And if I think we're going to discuss some issue, we may not discuss that issue. Everything's very fluid and flexible. Especially as a woman, as I have been told in the Global Road Warrior about Afghanistan, it talks about women would really, I would need to know that I have to cover my head, make sure I don't expose extra skin, and I would not be directed to look at people, especially men, in the eye. I would keep my eyes down, and especially, I would not show the sole of my foot to anyone, because that would be very, very rude. So it's good to know those things to have effective interpersonal communication when you're in different cultures. The last thing I wanted to look at is one of the theories about interpersonal communication is the equity theory. And in this theory, for a strong relationship, usually there's a balance of benefits. And this may be like jobs, responsibilities, effort, that all these in a relationship average out over time. Maybe not every day, but they sort of average out. And when somebody feels under-benefited, then there can be some stress in a relationship and communication. And there was an article on equity theory and the power of structure in marital relationship in Advances in Consumer Research in this article, I talked about, they looked at retired couples, and they looked at couples that had the man as the wage earner, and then ones that had the woman as the wage earner, and then those who had both couples were equally earning money. And they found that when all those couples retired, they all preferred to have an equitable balance of decision-making power in purchases or things for the family, so that understanding that if that's not the case, there might be some challenges and conflict, and so understanding these personal interactions can really be helpful in your relationship. So basically, humans were created to live in community, and connection is made through communication. So understanding yourself, other cultures, theories of interpersonal communication can be really helpful in helping you to have strong, healthy relationships. You might want to take the Johari window and find out how you see yourself, how others see you, and areas that you might be strong in and areas you might have some weakness and need to improve in. So human interactions make life worth living. Now they are making machines to help improve quality of life for people. They've made machines that can do tasks, machines that can respond with an audible voice, but they're finding more and more the most effective things for machines are to make them more and more human, because these machines that can give the facial expression, the eye contact, and the gestures are much more effective in creating somewhat of an interpersonal communication. So here's one of the new ones that they have here. So you can see they didn't stop with just a machine that functions. They wanted them to look like people and move their face and eyes. Do I think machines will ever take the place of human interactions? No, because humans are so unique in their abilities to, that just can't be replicated by a machine. They can attempt. So people need people, and the way they connect is through interpersonal communication. Thanks so much.